So basically, all on track, and we're getting a little tease today, huh?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Right, man. Looking forward to it. Are you guys gonna drop that right after the AMA?
Absolutely. So we are hoping to share on YouTube, but yeah, we'll publish that on Twitter. That'll be available in Discord as well. Yeah, so for sure we're sharing today. Obviously, a lot of the hard work that's
Just
going on.
one piece from one page of the website. Can I ask for the community? Maybe we can get two kind of teasers.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll sneak in another template for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you so much for that, man. Thanks, Shahid.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we can move on to Benji. Benji, you want to go over the game updates and some of the stuff that's happened in the last few days?
Yeah, sure. So last night for the last test, there was an issue with the servers. But basically we did some maintenance, and today it's working fine. So yeah, sorry for that issue, but it's just temporary glitch with the server, and nothing really that should be happening. There are also quite a few things that are in progress for the development. One of the main things we'll be working on in the next few days is the quest system. So it's been fully planned. We've designed every steps of how the quests will function. And in the next few days, the main things in the development will be to implement it. And it will allow really a lot of freedom for the quest designers. So we'll have a lot of very dynamic and interesting quests that will be possible to create.
Ben, I can hear it. Just so everyone is aware, that it's Chinese New Year right now. Me and Ben and Doglord are all based in China. So if you hear some banging in the background, I think I can hear it's like the firecrackers that everyone sets.
Yeah.
Everyone sets off the firecrackers at midnight in China, because literally it is just passed into Chinese New Year right as we started the AMA. So if there's some noise in the background of Ben, that's what the banging is on Benji's background.
Well, happy Chinese New Year to you guys, and happy Chinese New Year to everyone, all the Chinese out there in the world as well, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, happy New Year to everyone.
Well, thanks for joining us on this AMA, guys, in your holiday.
You're more than welcome. Bezoge doesn't sleep. We don't take holidays at Bezoge. So Ben, sorry if you want to continue. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to explain.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of banging in the background in your in the background of your sound, so I wanted to explain to everyone.
Yeah. Besides the quest, there is also a new area of the game that is coming very soon. It's looking really cool. I think you've seen some teasing of that maybe on Twitter already, and there will be a little bit more coming soon, and that's really looking great. Like we're just adapting a little bit the gameplay for it. So maybe I won't tell exactly what it is. So
a lot of people have been talking about it. In fact, we had a little space going on last night, and a lot of people have started making guesses. So Benji, looking forward to that.
Okay, that's cool.
It is amazing. I know what it is. I think everyone's gonna love it. This new section of the game.
Yeah. I think it will be. I think it will be a lot of fun. We want to make it really cool, not just like a place that looks good, but also with make the gameplay interesting and stuff. So it might not be next week, but it will be ready when it's ready, but it will be soon.
You know, there's actually two whole maps. There's actually two whole worlds that we've not released to everyone yet that we have basically completed. Right? We have Bezogia is 90% complete, and then
I've played
also
Bezogia.
Bezogia is great. It's one of the, when we're showing the game to external people, like in the company and on Zoom calls and things that we're showing to partners and of the project, we always show them Bezogia and then the new other world that we're talking about, and it blows their mind. So it's definitely the two best maps so far. Actually, it's getting to the point that the new maps are looking so good that we might have to update the old ones again to make them even better, because the maps are getting better and better as we go along.
Yeah, for sure. So there will be also some improvements in the futures on, like we're like adding some new points of interest. Like some have been like already designed for like Bezogia, and there will be some also for the new for the neutral land. So there will be like also some improvements. One thing we are planning to add very soon is the some respawn point, like basically places where if you die, instead of restarting at a random place or like where you player died, you restart at a place that you visited before. And that's something we're working on, and it should be that would be also like an interesting site on the maps.
Man, I mean,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Also, like the leaderboard is in progress. Like we have like the servers are still like being finished for that, but that should be ready soon. And we're also planning something really cool for the in-game progression. We've already like mentioned it before, but like I won't say too much because it's not like a 100% planned, but it's a very 100% like sure of the details of it. But I think it will make it very interesting for like the players that within the game, like from one game to the other, like there is a really like an interesting progression that really makes the player want to play longer and to really like develop their characters, etc. So yes, so we'll probably mention more about this in the future, but yeah, and that's pretty much for the game.
Well, I can't wait for the gameplay of the new world in alpha. So let's hopefully you can drop some teasers along the way.
Probably just as a reminder as well to everyone, if you go to the homepage, fill in the form, join the alpha, join the Discord. This is the best chance of experiencing the game firsthand.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's definitely the best thing to do. You definitely want to play the game firsthand to experience it. It's because the videos, I think, don't do it justice. I think everyone that we've shown to has enjoyed the game, and it's been I think everyone is sort of blown away by how large it is, because it doesn't. I think when you're playing on watching videos, it doesn't come across as the map is that big. But when you're actually running around and trying to get to different areas of the map, you realize very quickly how large it actually is, and you can see how much effort we've put into making these huge maps. And it's really exciting to play. So I think definitely sign up for the alpha and try it out yourself.
Man, it is large. In fact, just trying to climb up Bullish, it takes me so long to get to the top.
It's like you need to plan your journey. It's like a rock climbing event. Like, I'm going to take this route or this path.
It's that large that we've actually made a development version for demoing it to partners, and that has some buttons in the menu to allow you to spawn in different areas of the map and different worlds to speed it up, because it it takes too long to walk to that. If you're on a call with someone and you say, hey, let me quickly show you Bezogia, and then you have to walk 15 minutes to the portal to enter. It's not great when you're trying to show it to someone. So yeah, there'll definitely be things in the future in the game to speed that up as well. But the maps are huge.
If you watch Sir Swifty's video, actually Bezos Holder's video that he made, and he actually jumped off the top of Bullish, and I was like, no, like I would never do that because that's like a 15-minute drop in like 10 seconds. Yesterday I was like, oh my god, it takes me like at least a good 12 minutes to climb up all the way from where I spawned to the top of Bullish.
Yeah, it takes a long time. A very long time. There'll definitely be ways in the future to speed up travel within the game, but because the worlds are so huge, but you'll need to at least discover the different areas of the map before you can speed it up.
Smells like some blocks will burn.
Yeah, it does sound like some blocks will get burned.
It does smell like some blocks burning.
Okay. Should we move on to Carrie? Carrie had some community updates.
What's up, everybody? Okay, just want to say Happy New Year to you all. And I've got a couple things for the community. So for this week, one thing I want to push is StockTwits and YouTube. That's the main focus for this week for the community. We want to plan a 24-hour shill raid on StockTwits. Let's get us trending, get us noticed. It's easy to do. It's easy to set up an account. But if everyone can set up an account, and it doesn't matter, it's a 24-hour thing. So I want to encourage anyone that has an account. If you don't, please set one up. But make sure you click on add Bezoge to the watch list. And it doesn't have to be anything specific, but just a comment, a post, something using the Bezoge ticker. And you can add safely up to 3 other tickers of other accounts, whether it's Ethereum or Coinbase or Axie. You can use tickers for other accounts, and your post will go on their feed as well to gain attention. So if the community can push StockTwits on Wednesday, I want to do a full 24-hour raid. The goal is to get as many people to do up to 10 messages, and you can avoid links and keep them short. We don't want anybody to get banned or I guess muted from StockTwits, but I want to focus on StockTwits and YouTube this week. So like, subscribe, comment to the Bezoge YouTube accounts. Your comments can help generate noticeability. The likes and subscribing helps, as well as your views. So the more viewing hours are key, and that's to anyone in the community members as well, like Sir Swifty, Bezoge Holder, and a few others that are doing YouTube videos. Let's all generate support for that. It just helps everyone in the end. But YouTube and StockTwits are going to be the focus for the week. And I want to also put it out there. I have a secondary Twitter account that I started back in the summer and just haven't been using. So it's Bezoge Groupies. And for whatever reason, my main Twitter account will not let me start Twitter Spaces, but my backup account does. So I will be randomly hosting, quick Twitter Spaces, just community mashups. We've already had a few from other community members this past week. So be on the look for that. But if you see that other account starting a Twitter Space, I just want everyone to know that is me, so you're not confused. But that's really all I have, other than, again, safety. I want to push this every week. Admins will not DM you first. Don't click any links. And no matter how official anything sounds, any kind of DM where they're asking you to connect your wallet or click a link, connect to this for any kind of support, it is not us. So don't do it. Avoid the scammers.
Yeah, I'd love to stress on that again, definitely. That 100% impersonators, just be very, very careful. They can kind of come up as with our profile pictures, almost similar usernames. And obviously, Carrie, I do agree. And guys, really, honestly, everyone I know that's come to Bezoge has definitely been attracted to the community that we formed. So it's something that we're proud of. We like to represent. It takes very little time, and I do encourage everybody to participate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably just add on the Discord, if you update your privacy settings and disable direct messages from members, this is one tip I'd highly recommend when joining any Discord server.
Yeah, I actually have that even turned off for Telegram as well. Telegram, I think you can put a lot of restrictions on your Telegram. So
Yeah.
within Telegram, within Discord, it's best to have as many restrictions as possible. Otherwise, you are opening yourself to potential scammers like this that will message you. So we will never, and none of the team, unless we message you within the main group saying we'll reach out to give support, we would never DM you. And even in that case, we would usually reach out and say, please DM us, and we'll reply to your direct message. So if you do receive a DM from someone that you believe is in our team, and then please go into the group, tag the person that you believe it is, and make sure they're an admin, and then click on their username within the group in order to speak to them. So if you click on their username and you get in there and the message that you'd previously received is not there, then it was not from that person. So that's the easiest way. Always make sure the person is an admin within the group that has actually sent you the message. Otherwise,
I'd probably add today as well. I think Bezoge Holder, I did message you today, so that was really me, just to confirm.
Yeah.
Yes, safety is very important, and we already see a lot of scammers, and it's only going to get worse as we grow. So I will keep repeating these messages every week. Safety first. I don't want to see any of our community members getting scammed. So that's it. Okay, now I guess I can move on to the questions, just some random questions I've selected from the community this past week. First question, are we planning on doing a weapons mat anytime soon after the poll and brief discussion from last week's AMA?
Yeah, so last week after we discussed that on the AMA, there was a lot of feedback from the community. Carrie ran a poll within the Telegram group, and I think the feedback was quite positive, that people would like to see a weapon drop. So we are going to look into it internally, see how we can do it to make sure it's most advantageous for the project and for all the holders, and make sure we have a good variety of weapons available. We don't want to do a weapons drop and then there's only 10, 20 weapons. We want to make sure we have a nice variety of weapons that people could receive, with different attributes, different characteristics, and unique looks and aesthetics. So we'll work on that internally, and we'll give an update over the next few weeks, or at least within next month. We'll give an update and let everyone know how we're planning to do that. But we are already planning that internally and working out potential partners to do that drop, and a lot of different things to make sure it's as successful as possible. So weapons drop will happen. It's just a matter of when.
Awesome. Thank you. I know I'm excited for the weapons and see what all cool ones you guys have come up with.
You want to get a legendary green candle or a legendary hard fork? Maybe the underpaid staff?
Oh, yeah. I want to see this underpaid staff. See what damage I can do with it. All right. So next question. This was kind of a unique question from a Telegram community member that I hadn't seen come up yet. He wanted to know, can we name our individual Bezogi, or does the 4-digit identifier number have to stay as the only way to identify?
Yeah, at the moment, we've not built in any way to change the name of your Bezogi directly. The way that you would change your name within the game is to change the name of your username, right? So you would actually change your username within the game, your display name. You don't actually change the name of the Bezogi itself. If we were to add the functionality to change the name of the Bezogi, that would be something that we would add later down the line. It's something that we can do, but it would require most likely some sort of fee in terms of paying blocks or Bezoge in order to change the name. Most likely Bezoge, actually. There would be a Bezoge fee to change the name. So I think definitely something that's a possibility, but basically we don't want to overcomplicate things and allow people to change names of Bezogis in the beginning. But if that's something there is demand for, then we can look into it. The way that I sort of look at it is when I play, for example, Pokemon on Nintendo Switch, I collect all these Pokemon and I have not once changed the name of any of them. But then I know that my fiance was playing the game and every single Pokemon, she was giving it a unique name. So there's definitely a requirement from some players that they would want to be able to change the names, and so we'll look into it.
Okay, sounds great. All right. Another question. Will we need to go through the entire sign-up, registration, and wait list with the beta like we've had to do with the alpha?
Yeah, that's quite a quick one. So the people that have already signed up for alpha will be automatically registered into beta. So for that, no. Then there'll be a new form that will be the beta sign up with the new website. Within a couple of weeks after launching it, the goal is to actually integrate a form directly into the website to sign up for alpha and beta. So that process will be updated definitely. But anyway, alpha testers will be automatically entered into beta, but then people will then need to sign up for beta. So it'll be a slightly different experience. But it will be a closed beta in the beginning, so you definitely will need to sign up and register to be a tester.
Awesome. All right, and final question for me before we move on to the other community questions. How soon are we going to be able to summon?
You'll be able to summon in line with beta launch. So as soon as we launch beta on testnet, we'll allow summoning on testnet alongside the beta version of the game to make sure we can get the mechanics right and the costs right. We need to test that on testnet first to make sure everything is smooth and the game mechanics are all correct in terms of the amount of blocks that people are earning and so on and so forth, and different costs to summon, Bezoge costs and the block costs. Once we iron out those issues and get it working smoothly, we'll then move it over to mainnet. So probably about at least a few weeks to about a month after beta, we'll actually open up summoning on mainnet. Something along those lines. It may be sooner than that, but that's a realistic target.
All right. That's it for me. If you want to ask anyone that's got their hand raised.
Awesome. Let me bring in Rashid. We're going to keep it a little bit quick tonight, guys. Just FYI, because it's Chinese New Year, and so for us, we're going to have to make it a little bit quicker than usual. Hey, Rashid.
Hello. Always a pleasure. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
This may be a little unfair to put you on the spot when you're so busy with your current project and your primary focus, obviously being game launch. But because I like to have quite a long-term view on my investments, I was wondering if I could ask you whether it's within your vision for Bezoge Earth as a project to release multiple games. You know, maybe once Legends of Bezogia is completed and popular, whether perhaps you'd be adding on new games that with entirely different plot lines and entirely different characters that still build off the Bezoge token to retain a very long-term value for that.
Yeah, 100%. There's absolutely no reason why we would only have one game. We definitely will have, well, not definitely, but we definitely are interested in doing more games in the future. Whether that is, spin-offs from the current story or completely different stories, that is a possibility. Completely different genres of games. We could have turn-based games, much like you have World of Warcraft, and then you have Hearthstone, for example, where it's like a card game that is based on the World of Warcraft world and all the lore behind that. I think there's definitely value in doing something like that, like where we could build a side game to the Legends of Bezogia world with all the storylines of the different characters, all the different areas of the map that we could bring into some sort of turn-based, whether it's a card game or some other turn-based game that's a completely different genre of game. I think that's something that we could look into. So yeah, there's definitely the possibility that we could bring out more games in the future, and that's definitely something we're thinking about. But that would be a couple of years down the line, most likely, rather than right away. Because we need to complete this one game first, yeah. But definitely long term, that's definitely in the pipeline.
All in good time. Very exciting. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Rashid. Okay, are there any more questions on Twitter from people? Okay, here's Mike. Mike, I saw you did a poll again this week, so you have a lot of questions on your Facebook, I think. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going? Happy New Year.
Good, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you too.
Hey, quick question. I had quite a bit of people ask me about Mimizon and what it's going to be called and how was it going to function. I'm not sure if it's fair to ask that already because you guys are focused on the game, but I figured I'd bring it up since it's being recorded so people can listen to it later on.
Yeah, so we've mentioned this on a few AMAs. Actually, it will definitely be taking a step back, and it will most likely be rebranded as something else. We'll definitely have an e-commerce on our website to buy merchandise and to buy anything to do with the project, and also the NFTs and a full marketplace that will be built into the website. But with regards to it being called Mimizon, now that we're incorporating the company and there's a lot of legal risk potentially with a name like that, the branding of it may have to be changed slightly because we don't want to come into any lawsuits or have any copyright or trademark infringements potentially with the name. Because when we brought that out, we were a completely decentralized project and it was all just, for fun basically. And now the project is taking a step up and being a little bit more serious with legal entities and companies involved, that it's now a little bit of a risk to use that branding. So there will definitely be an e-commerce play. Whether it's Mimizon or not is a different story, and we'll update on that after the game is launched, most likely. But with the e-commerce will definitely be online in the next couple of months. That's the goal anyway. Shahid is working on that, and that's part of the new website is the e-commerce play.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we'll have a few updates to the roadmap as well at launch. So a lot of updated timings on some of the different elements and when they'll come into play. But e-com won't be there at phase 1. Will probably be introduced, shortly thereafter.
Okay. And as far as like leaks and little teasers on the platform of the e-commerce platform, I know it's way too early, but when do you think something like that will be dropped, like the leaks of the game?
So I mean, I suppose there'll be 2 elements of leaks. There'll be leaks from Benji in terms of game development, and then other leaks in terms of website templates. Maybe we'll run a poll yeah, give you guys an option of maybe that second template you'd like to see, and we'll include ecom. It's actually ready. So yeah, we can probably share
Please,
something.
whenever you guys are comfortable, when you think it's the right time, drop a leak. Just one leak about the ecos. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
Yeah, and Mike, I heard your feedback. Mike, you messaged me privately this week about me coming into the voice chat a little bit more often. Now that now that we're actually on holiday for a few days with Chinese New Year, I mean China is basically shut down for the entire week this week. It's actually a holiday today as well. So the entire week this week, everyone is on holiday. I should be able to make some time to pop into the voice chat in the Telegram a bit more often. I do apologize that I've not been in there very much recently. I think Zach has been popping in. Carrie is in there almost every day. But yeah, me and Doglord will try and make a little bit of effort to come in and chat to everyone more often, because I know people like that when we come in.
I'm around.
Your community just misses you. You got good problems.
Yeah, we tried to structure it into the weekly AMA because we're just ridiculously busy recently. So we tried to structure it and, keep it in a 1 hour sort of session once a week. But I get that it's nice to just come in and have a chat every now and then. What was that, Zach? You had some background noise there.
Well, yeah, that's basically really all I have to say. And yeah, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks, Mike. I'll see you in the voice chat one day.
Sorry, my Twitter space was glitching.
No, that's okay.
No, I do enjoy these late night chill sessions with the Bezoge community. It's quite interesting, man, and a lot of people are very smart. They have so many cool ideas. I really like it. We should keep on doing it.
The one problem with me going in there is I end up leaking things without meaning to, so I need to stop. That's why I stopped myself from going in, because I kept telling people things that I shouldn't be telling them.
Oh, so bro, what'll happen is if you step into them, it'll turn into an AMA.
I know. That's what happened when I joined. So
yeah, so I also, when I joined, it gets into a little bit of an AMA. But I've learned how to avoid it now as well, and just try to keep the conversations more creative, more chill, more fun, because these are casual spaces, where community wants to just come, and I don't want to take all the focus or the attention from the space,
Exactly. Right, Ernesto, will you move on to your question? Or something you maybe have to say about the Bezoge charity updates and things like that?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Jeff. I mean, I don't have a question, but I just want to greet everyone a happy Chinese New Year.
You're awesome, Ernesto. Thank you.
Thank you, Ernesto.
Ernesto, say it one time. You gotta say it. Your line. We need to hear your line.
Okay, boss Zach, you're the man.
I've not heard you say that in a long time, Ernesto. I've not heard you say that in like a month. You need to pop in.
You need to pop into the chats more often.
Yeah, Ernesto used to say that like every single day in the voice chats. I've not heard that in a long time. Ernesto, I still have the recordings that you went to a studio and made recordings of yourself saying you're the man. So
Yeah.
I still have them on my computer. We'll find a way that we can integrate them into the game, definitely.
Wow, thank you.
Thanks, Ernesto. Any more questions from anyone? Are there any questions on Paulo? Are there any questions on YouTube or on Twitch or anything like that that we could answer? Paulo is on as the Legends of Bezogia account, by the way, just in case anyone is wondering who I'm talking to. Paulo?
Not here.
No questions?
Yes.
Okay, not very many questions this week. Maybe everyone is out celebrating Chinese New Year.
Yeah, I think so. But looking forward to the drop and an exciting February coming up.
There's a lot coming up in February. Okay, here we go. Not Your Average Sheep. People have such great names on Twitter. I love reading people's names every week. Not Your Average Sheep. I don't know how people come up with these names.
He's been up here before, by the way.
I wish I was as creative as these people. Hey, not your average sheep. Or actually, Michael. I believe your name is Michael. Oh, we didn't speak. Or got cut off. Sir Swifty, let me bring you. Let me get Not Your Average Sheep on again. I'll bring Sir Swifty in. Hey, Not Your Average Sheep. Did you have a question?
What is up, everybody? I popped on a few minutes late. The alpha is it going to be back up and running this week?
Yes, it should be.
Cool.
There was some maintenance on the servers yesterday, as Benji was saying, and it was also 4 a.m. our time in China, when the servers were having issues. He was maintaining some stuff. But yeah, they should be back online today.
Cool. Super stoked for all the updates. The new website looks awesome. I saw the leak on Twitter. If you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure to go check it out. It looks awesome.
Thanks for the feedback, Swifty.
Thanks, Swifty.
He's being a little stingy. He's only put like 1/80th of a piece.
It's coming. It's coming.
Hey, not your average sheep. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I had more of a statement. Basically, there are some really good people on Twitter and other accounts that have YouTube channels, and a lot of people listen to them and take their words in regards to what they feel are good games and things like that. And I was wondering if we can get on some of those, at least recognized by some of those people. Paul Barron. Have you guys heard of Paul Barron?
Yeah. So Michael, I believe your name is Michael. Is that right?
Yes.
We do have an influencer manager in house. Then we have a full spreadsheet of every single influencer that we're reaching out to and ones that we're trying to make partnerships with.
Sure.
On a daily basis, we're adding more and more people into that database. If you pass any potential influencers that you would like to carry, for example, she can pass that on to us. But yeah, once it comes closer to the alpha launch, we'll be doing a lot more of a marketing push with influencers. We want to have a product to show. But yeah, we're already beginning to reach out to them on a daily basis and start to make partnerships with these influencers. We don't want to just go pay a load of money to get one video from these influencers. We're trying to build a stronger community and relationship with them, where we can make long-term relationships that if the project is successful, then they're successful, right? So we're trying to make these sort of meaningful relationships with influencers rather than just pay them to make a video.
Absolutely. We kind of want to grow organically together. So as mentioned, we've got a process in-house where we'd validate all influencers coming into our shortlist, classify them on size of audience, and then engage with a lot of these influencers at the right time. We want to have a lot of our production content available, media assets, and more importantly, make sure that they're in the gameplay as well. In terms of alpha. So yeah, for sure, Michael, we'll be looking to engage a lot more with the overall community, whether it's on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. If they've got an audience, we'd like to grow organically together.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I will send a couple of names to Carrie, and when you guys are ready, you guys can reach out to them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Mike, thanks a lot for that. Jeff, do we have anyone else stepping up?
We have Chris Willis. I hope Chris is still on to do the catering for our Vegas our Vegas event when we finally do it.
There we go. Hey guys.
Hey Chris.
So I guess I got one question. I don't know. Maybe it was answered last time, but it was breaking in and out. But when do you think the estimated time of staking will happen?
Staking, yeah. So like I said last week, staking, the contract is completely finished from our perspective. We're now doing just testing to make sure it's secure, and then we'll also then go through make sure we get the contract audited as well. We would never launch any staking platform without having at least one audit from a reputable company like Certic, for example. So that's the process. That's the stage of the process we're at right now. My dev team are currently checking the contract and testing it as much as they possibly can. They at least need to do a few weeks of testing before they can move into the next steps with that. But that's the stage we're at. So it's finished. It's complete. It's a lot more complex than you would expect from a typical staking contract because of the reflections. But basically, yeah, we're at the stage that we're just testing it now.
Sweet. All right, cool. Well, hope to see you guys in the spaces this week, and maybe get you to drop a little hints.
Yeah, I always drop hints when I'm in the voice chat.
Hey Chris, man,
Thanks, guys.
how are you?
Hey,
See you in the space as well the other day.
Always. When I got to put the kids to bed, that's where I go to. I'm a little
Chris,
troll in spaces.
Chris, I think you ran an official space last night, right?
No, I'm just always on them. I'm always following somebody.
So maybe there was a space.
I'm not going to be a host on a space. I'm just going to be in there and just talk.
Okay. No worries. There was a space running last night that I joined for about 15 minutes while I was working. So I thought maybe that might have been you. Maybe it was one of the other community members.
Yeah, there might be another. Yeah, it might be another Chris. I changed my profile pic. It was me as a chef, so I got to put that back in there a little bit.
Okay. No worries. Nice. Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
I just clicked into your profile there, Chris, and it changed from chef to you with the GenCoin cap on.
Yeah, well, like I said, man, I'll be there up in Vegas in May, but it needs to drop that zero again, and I'll be catering for you guys. I'll bring some barbecue.
Hey Chris, I'd recommended this before, but to the GenCoin community, we could do like a space, just a casual space where the two, Bezoge and GenCoin, could kind of engage with each other. We could kind of educate a lot of things on what we're doing, similar with you guys. I like your concept a lot too. So since you're wearing the GenCoin hat, I'm just messing.
Actually, one of the devs I think is in here, Billy. I saw him come in here. They would love that.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's get in touch. Yeah, let's get in touch.
Yeah. Well, Carrie's.
Awesome. So RTG, did you have a question?
I did, since you guys were first. Happy Chinese New Year, for sure. The question was around the staking, just to elaborate on that a little more, since Willis brought that up. It was, with the staking, whenever people engage in the staking, there'll be the blocks that will be paid out, depending on how they choose to engage, right, in their staking agreement. But beyond that, the redistribution will be on top of the staking percentage that is paid out. Is that correct? In other words, they'll get both?
So the way that the staking works is that instead of getting redistribution and paid in Bezoge tokens, you get redistribution paid in blocks. But the blocks are valued at a lower value than they're actually trading on the open market. So you'll receive, let's say you would have received over this 3-month period, you would have received, let's say, $1,000 worth of Bezoge. What we do then is we then value the blocks at a certain price. So let's say 1 cent each, for example. And then we give you the amount of blocks that correspond to the amount of dollar value of Bezoge that you had. So you should end up with essentially a multiple on your redistribution. Right. So if you were going to get $1,000 of Bezoge in redistribution, you would then get your $1,000 worth of blocks, but your blocks would be given to you at a discounted rate compared to what they're sellable for on the market. So let's say blocks are, let's say, 2 cents each on the open market, we could potentially give you them at 1 cent each, right? So you end up with double the amount of redistribution essentially because it's paid in blocks instead of Bezoge. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the clarity. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And it would be different pricing based on how long you would lock your tokens up for. So we're going to have several options. One would be for, let's say, 3 months. One will be just flexible, so you can withdraw it anytime you want. If you do flexible, you'll probably just basically get almost the same rate as your redistribution. But if you actually lock your tokens for a period of time, you would get a higher amount of redistribution, but a lower price of blocks, basically. So a larger amount of blocks for the same amount of tokens you would be staking.
Awesome. I don't want to miss the opportunity to just thank you guys and just express my gratitude for everything that y'all are doing and the quality of the work that you're putting out and the speed with which you're doing it. So I'm very impressed and appreciate so much what you guys are doing. I know everyone does. I just want to make sure and say it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, RTG.
Thank you.
I think we've managed to successfully do a short AMA this week. I think if there's no more questions, we can wrap it up there. Is there anything else that needs to be said from your side, Shahid or Kari or Paolo?
No, I'd say otherwise keep up the good work in the community. Please be patient with us. We're working extremely hard behind the scenes. And a lot of things to come in the coming days and weeks. Game, website, so a lot of things to look forward to. But thank you and happy New Year.
There's even some more exciting things than just game and website.
I'm holding back.
Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining the AMA. We'll see you within the community, and if not, we'll see you next week on the AMA next week.
Sounds good. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.